What's up, guys? It's Carl with Adventures You Dream, and today we're going to do some renovations. So let's check it out. So we bought this camper, and we had this kind of it's a bunkhouse per se with no bunk beds, and so there's two couches, one here and one here. This couch, they both fold out into beds. This one my mom sleeps on, and the kids were actually sleeping on this and sharing it together. The issue was though that Duke kept waking up, kept waking Sissy up by kicking her every night. So we ended up folding the couch up, putting her on there, getting a blow-up mattress and putting it on the floor for him, and that worked out okay. The issue was the floor gets cold, and then he gets cold and wakes up, and then everybody wakes up. So that's not good news either. So the wife found some posts on Facebook where people are taking out the couches and putting in bunk beds. And so today we're going to take this out and we're gonna build a bunk bed. All right, so we bought this bunk bed from Walmart. I think it was like 170 bucks. I mean, it says it's solid wood, but who knows what kind of wood? Who cares? Not a bad deal for two beds though. And so what we were told is you have to cut the legs off in order to get the height inside that hole for the slide, and then also we have to shorten these up here. So we're going to cut here, cut here, cut here, and same on the other side, and actually shorten the bed because the slide isn't as long as this is. So my thought is that I'm going to cut this leg back here pretty short, and most of this is going to be very close to the ground, if not on the ground, and then this legs will here in the front will be a little longer due to the step down of the slide, and then we'll just cut these as needed, and then based on what kind of holes are in here, we'll just make new holes and then thread them. So hopefully it's easy, otherwise my kids won't have a place to sleep. You looked at what booklet?
The directions booklet.
The hell is that? I've never even seen such a thing.
Guy.
Such a man.
Such a guy. Okay.
Such a manly man.
Takes much longer, I'm sure.
Our friends let us borrow their saw. We need a new blade. So, get that. Go get a keyhole jig. I think it's unlocked, yeah. Hey, you get in that seat, girl.
I will.
Here, I'll help you. You can climb in. I'll give this to you, okay? High five. Board. All right, let's go. Do you know where we're at?
Where?
Home Depot. Do you know why this place is special to Daddy?
Why?
When you were born, this is the first store. This is the first time that you ever were out of the house, as I took you to Home Depot. It was our first time out together. Isn't that crazy?
When I had a baby chair?
Yep, when you had a baby chair. Isn't that nuts?
I want a car.
Isn't that crazy? That's so heavy, huh?
No, why did
It's called a Sawzall.
Why did they have one of these?
So nobody takes it.
Any of them?
Yeah, see? That one's strapped, so nobody takes that one. Oh, that one we can take. Gonna put that in your pocket?
There you go. When you go on, it'll beep though.
Should we get some water guns? Yeah?
What's this?
Hey, you want these or no?
Yeah.
You didn't even look at them.
Yeah.
Should we get some water guns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here.
But what are this?
Excited about these?
Huh?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna pay this.
Whoa, you want to scan it?
Yeah.
It went. All right. Now we put it in the bag. Thank you.
Enjoy the guns.
So you want to see the gun show? Go like this.
I'd be playing with you.
Go like this. Say, that's the gun show. Alright, let's go. So we're headed home and then we'll get your bed finished built, yeah?
Yeah, and I think Mama already got it done.
Dream in there. Oh, that would be nice, huh? Then we can just go play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
If Mama already has it done, I will buy you ice cream.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll see if Mama has the bed built.
And then we can go get ice cream for me.
Think you're dreaming. Pretend like I'm gonna do these. The other issue with these beds is actually when you lay on them, there's a bar right here. No,
In the middle.
right here.
Oh.
And when you lay on it, it really hurts your side. And if you do it every night, you almost get bruised from it. So they're not comfortable anyway. And you could just have it gone, right, Amelia?
Right.
What's up, sis?
I don't think I can.
So in the corner here, there's these little L brackets
Yeah.
with 3 screws in each. You just take those out, and actually this whole thing now becomes mobile, and it'll slide right off. But the issue is I don't think we can get through the door with the back on it. So we'll take that off. Alright, oh yeah, that came right off. There's really not much to these couches, and if you're going to go full time and someone's going to actually be sleeping in here, I'd highly recommend that you pull these out and actually lay in them. And just lay, I know it probably feels awkward being at the RV dealership or in someone's private camper that they have for sale, pulling their bed out and actually laying on it in the position you would lay in, like I lay like this on my side. Do it, because you want to know that this thing's going to be comfortable for whoever's going to be sleeping in it. Because we thought it would be fine. Not the case. Let's see all the space. Whoa, look at that! Got so much room for activities. You got the rest of this, right, Hal?
Yep, no problem.
Alright. I'm going to take a nap. Holly hates these curtains, by the way.
Hate. Anytime you go to pull them down, they get stuck on these strings.
That is true. Look at this. This is frayed so much over... Because we bought this used. So this actually
Gets caught.
will catch on here, and then nobody just ever pulls the curtain away from the blind. They just yank the blinds down.
So these are coming out anyways. I'm going to put different curtains in here. I hope.
Oh, an update. These things work amazingly well for blocking out light. I mean, you just look at that. I took that out. There was no light coming from behind this thing. You take it out and blam, it's daylight.
Velcro.
So we find that you just do little Velcro pieces and it works all right. And actually, because these amazing curtains, they stay up. They hold them in place too. But
The blinds, not the curtains.
now that somebody's taking my curtains,
The blinds.
we're have to really rely on the Velcro. These do work nice. The kids now, they'll wake up at around 7-ish instead of like 5, which is great. We have to vacuum. Hey. Hey, Hal. You missed a spot. These holes here, they're drilled down at a certain depth to follow these, or to grab these holes, these screws, and then they lock into place. And the problem is we have to drill new holes, but we don't want to go all the way through. So the little trick that my dad taught me was you put the drill bit down until it stops, and then you use tape. And you'll see here, when I get to this tape line, I'll know when to stop.
So here we are trying to put the bed together after making many cuts, and we just finished putting re-putting the holes in, and then just screwing it back together. So
alright, so the frame for the first bunk is done. I had some problems with the holes, the ones with the long screws, and then the nuts that are supposed to catch it inside, they weren't catching. Just got that figured out, and now I'm going to work on bed number 2.
hey guys, here we are. Look at this, awesome. She is done. Woohoo! So excited. And we're gonna go ahead and show you the kids' excitement. You ready? Come see your beds. Look at your new bed. Jeez. Duke, what do you think of the bed?
You love it?
I can even climb up the ladder.
If you like this video and you'd like to see more content from us, please smash that subscribe button below and hit that little bell icon to be notified from YouTube anytime that we put out a video. And we look forward to providing some great content in the future, and see you soon.
So, knowing what you know now about everything you had to do for this bed, would you buy lumber or would you still buy this model?
I'd buy this model.
Would you?
I think for a couple reasons. If you're okay with making modifications and you're confident enough with a tape measure, then definitely I would do this route. There is a lot of cutting that goes involved. And then there's just things that you got to think about, like you can't just cut this end off if you want a finished end. So you have to think like, okay, I want this end saved, so I got to make my cut down there. So there's little things like that that you might have to think about just in advance. The other thing is, if you're gonna go buy lumber, I mean, what are your options? A 2x4 or 4x4? And that stuff's pretty heavy. And in a camper, you want something that's light. I'll show a video over this where it just shows me moving this, and then Holly by myself, and then Holly getting in the back and vacuuming. But I mean, weight-wise, this thing's pretty light, but it's sturdy. I mean, it's not going anywhere. So I would definitely advise going this route if you were going to make this modification, for sure.
Awesome.
Would you do it? You alone?
I am not that handy, so I mean, I think I could. I could.
Yeah.
I could.
And
I don't know if I would.
The other thing too is if you didn't actually cut these down here and make the bed less wide, then it'd be a lot less work. But I mean, this stuck out probably out to here, which then really blocked the entrance into this bathroom. So that's why we decided to make that modification. And plus the kids are a lot smaller, so you know, they have time to grow into these beds, which will probably change campers by that time.
I'll do it.
Hey, so just so you guys know, since we made all this modifications, we had to also figure out a mattress solution to fit perfectly. And so what we did is I actually bought a queen size foam mattress, and I ended up measuring it out and pretty much sliced it in half, and then I got the right width, and then I just had to measure it out to take off just a little bit off the ends, and then you can just buy an encasement and a nice waterproof cover for it, and then it's good to go. So the topper is 5-inch, they say 5 or 6 inch at least, and went with the 5-inch just because of the extra inch of space for the kids. So yeah, that's how we did that part.
How'd you cut it?
I did cut it, so what I ended up doing is cutting it with a razor. So once you make your first cut, you just go a little bit deeper, and then you can actually just fold the memory foam in half, and then it pretty much just breaks right in half for you, so it worked out really well. That was probably the easiest part of this whole thing. So I was surprised at how easy and how comfortable this mattress is. So yeah.